cars that are laps down. See Rusty now trying to make a pass on Kenny Schrader. And I've noticed him today, Benny, that he has been very careful when he makes these passes, as he is right now. A couple of cars have passed him early in the race, and he didn't fight them too much. Is that championship thinking?
Well, certainly it is. But the pit crew, they have put their heart and soul into this year. They're making great pit stops. They're giving him correct position on the racetrack. Now, he's not going to do anything stupid, go out there and tear up that race car, because they're doing it for him. He's going to do it for him.
Yeah, maturity and teamwork.
I think there is an element of that, though, Ned. You know, you can ask anybody before the race, is the championship most important or is the race? And they'll say, well, if we win the race, obviously we're going to come out with the most points. But when they get into the race and find out everything that's going on, they have a tendency, I think, to settle for something less than a win just to maintain a good point. Now there is Hensley, who is, as we indicated, the last car on the lead lap. So Sterling is coming up to try to put a lap on Jimmy Hensley.
And there's Earnhardt. Remember how fast he was going with the fresh tires. Now these cars have tires fresher than his, and he's not able to compete with them. He simply moves over and they go by. And again, that's maturity on Dale Earnhardt's place, because used to he would have raced him. Yep. But now he realizes he can't race him. He doesn't have the horse to race right now. And he's coming in the pits.
Yeah. This is the bumper cam on Hensley's car. You saw Dale Earnhardt flank off and come in for another stop. John, he's all yours.
Well, it's only 63 laps this time, but like you pointed out, the car continues to spin the tires off the corner. So Andy Petrie has told him to come on in. They are going to add wedge. They add a couple rounds right there in the left rear. Right sides are already on, left side's coming off. New sticker Goodyear Racing Eagles going on. A slow pit stop for Dale Earnhardt, 24 seconds. And you know, anytime you make a chassis adjustment, that costs you in seconds on the pit road, guys.
And John, they made a chassis adjustment on the right front. They reached in and turned the bolt on the right front to adjust the chassis, and it got David Smith coordination. The jack man added coordination. He dropped the jack and had to jack the car back up. So they had a little bit of confusion that time in the Earnhardt pit.
Look who is sneaking up on the leader, gentlemen. It is Darrell Waltrip.
Oh, DW, huh?
He is really closing in. And Rusty Wallace is too.
Yep, he's coming right along. Kyle Petty is not too far behind, although Kyle is in fifth, but he is gaining on the leader. Kenny Schrader is in the fourth position right now.
And that 7 car has stayed right there for the last 15, 20 laps.
And battling for position, Davey Allison and Dale Jarrett. This is for 6th.
We saw him make that chassis adjustment on Jarrett's car. I don't think that it's working too well for him.
Davey Allison has had a good race so far, starting 27th to 12th, 10th, 19th, and now he is up to 7th at the end of 170 circuits.
I tell you what, when I talked to Davey this morning, I sure wouldn't believe he'd been up to 7th. He was talking like a 20th place car.
Really?
And he makes the pass.
Yep. Allison is the defending champion of that race. There is Sterling Marlin, who continues to set the pace in the Revestis Ford for Bobby Allison. We're live at North Wilkesboro Speedway in North Carolina. Ned, Benny, John, Jerry, and I will be back after this. 177 laps completed here at North Wilkesboro, and there are the top 5 and the interval that separates each of them. Marlin, Waltrip, Wallace, Schrader, and Petty, 1 to 5, separated by a little more than 3 seconds. Sun-baked crowd enjoying the racing here at North Wilkesboro on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. You must have misunderstood me, Benny. I did not say Bobby Allison.
I heard you plainly say,
but they sound so much alike. Stavola brothers.
And Bobby
yes.
Exactly right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You just misunderstood. I make a mistake. There's the interval between 1st and 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah. The 7 car is Jimmy Hensley.
He's still staying on the lead lap.
Still on the lead lap. He's been there for quite a while. Here's our bumper cam as he looks back at Sterling Marlin's Ford. But when Sterling Marlin pitted, Jimmy Hensley pitted, they've been racing together ever since. And here's Darrell on the outside. Whoop. I thought it was closer than it was.
Yeah,
got me excited.
And you got me excited.
Yeah.
Now Darrell does look to the outside.
I'd almost bet that he makes his pass on the outside.
Jarrett and Shepard are running together along with Bobby Labonte.
Shepard just moved around Jarrett for the 7th position.
Now Jimmy Hensley goes a lap down.
Now Darrell has to get by.
He stayed on the lead lap for 182 circuits. Here's Waltrip now doing likewise. 3rd place is Wallace on the right.
Jimmy Hensley running 14th. Harry Gant right in front. In fact, he just was lapped, and he's coming into the pits.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in 13th position.
Lost the lap and immediately came in for fresh tires.
There he is. The Skoll Bandit slides to a stop. And the crew goes to work on the right side.
See him in there. They're making a chassis adjustment on that car in the right front.
Takes a little extra time when you do it on the right front, but that spring is so much stronger than any other spring on the car, so when you make an adjustment there, it has more effect.
Harry going 2 laps down. Buddy's back out there. Marlin has never won a NASCAR Winston Cup race. And here is Dale Earnhardt, who's on fresh tires, and Ricky Rudd. Earnhardt is running 20th, 2 laps down, and Rudd is 10th on the lead lap. Now here is Waltrip and Wallace. Wallace has caught Darrell.
Sterling has pulled away. Darrell was right on there a little bit ago, but now he's got his hands full from the guy behind.
Looks like Jimmy Hensley might have been holding up Sterling Marlin just a little bit.
Once he moved around it, he has taken off.
Yeah.
2nd and 3rd, Waltrip and Wallace. Rusty won the fall race here in 1988. Darrell has won this event 4 times in the fall race on different occasions.
There Darrell goes up the hill. Russ is going to try to get alongside of him. Can't quite make it. That's all Russ is waiting for, is Darrell to go in the corner just a little bit too hard so he can get underneath him.
Davey Allison had an excellent pit stop last time, and look what it did for him on the racetrack. And this again is something that Ned and Benny, 17.2 second stop, and this is what it did for him on the track. He picked up 4 positions because of that.
Well, it gave him a chance to win the race. If he had lost 4 seconds, he went from 10th back to 14th, then he'd be a lap down.
They do have that Ford working much better now than earlier in the race.
There we can see how the relationship between Davey and Darrell Waltrip. This is a race for second. Darrell, the 17, is in second. The black two, Rusty Wallace, is in third.
And Marlin is in heavy traffic. Dallenbach and Brett Bodine ahead, and the pole sitter is about to go a lap down.
He is currently running in the 12th position, Brett Bodine, in the Quaker State Ford.
He does go a lap down. Now Bobby Hillen is out there in the blue car. He will lose another lap. Hillen being shown in 25th spot. And Jerry punches down in the garage area with a comment on Jeff Gordon, who crashed out early.
Well, Bob, Ray Abraham and the DuPont crew were back there trying to put the car together. But if you look at the lap count, as we put lap 193 on the scoreboard, we're just 7 laps away from halfway. If you do some quick math, you realize that if they were to get this car fixed, as they're putting the fuel cell in right now, they still probably would not be able to pick up an extra spot in the field. So they're almost 200 laps down. So why try and take a chance on Terry?